Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley, and we've been in the middle of a July challenge. Today was to be day 11, and as you can tell, it's nighttime, and things look a little different. Typically, I'd be in the house working on the next part of our kitchen, which was my goal for today, but you know, sometimes life throws you a curveball, and sometimes you have hard days, and I thought about it, and I had planned on filming a video as soon as my husband come home so that he could watch my son and I could go ahead and continue with the challenge. But I thought, you know what, my heart's just not in it today, and I really just wanted to be real. I still wanted to film a video, and so here I am. And the reason we're in my car is because all of these donations behind me, my plan today was to take those to the hand-me-down store in my area to turn them in for my son. And from the get-go, really last night when we went to bed, everything just kind of unraveled and it just didn't happen. And so I just kind of wanted to talk to you about having grace for yourself, especially if you're a type A mom like myself and you want to stick to your routine and stick to your plan, and you want things just to be perfect and get all of your little check marks checked off. I just wanted to, I guess, de-influence people tonight and just let you know that it's okay and life happens, and to embrace the chaos as it comes, and to give yourself grace, give your children grace, give your husband grace. And so that's where this video comes from. So last night I went to go to bed, and I'm just being raw and real with you for this video. So I hope that people enjoy it, and please be gracious to me too, because it's a little vulnerable. But went to bed last night, and my son is 10 months old, and my cycle has been slowly returning, and boom, last night it hit full force. I've not really had a cycle because he's been nursing this whole time. It might come for one day and then be gone, but it come full force last night. I could not sleep. I was hurting pretty badly. When I would try to doze off, then my son would wake up and want to nurse, and so I didn't get really any sleep last night, maybe a few hours. About the time that I did finally decide to take some Tylenol and drift off to sleep, my son decided he was going to wake up at 6:30 in the morning. And so our little routine began, playing, running around the house. I did go ahead and get ready because I had plans with a dear friend today. And we were going to go to lunch. We were supposed to meet at 10:30, and we were going to go walk around the square where I live because it's nice and shaded, and it would have been cool for the babies because she has a 3-month-old. And my son, you know, because he got up at 6:30, we played and did his routine, which is usually about 2.5 to 3.5 hours, give or take, the first thing in the morning before his first nap. I went ahead and got a shower, was getting ready for the day, and my son got sleepy, and so I went to lay him down for his nap, and lo and behold, I fell asleep too. And I had set alarms to go off early in the morning to get ready, but I had not set alarms to wake myself up if I dozed off with my son during his nap. And so because of lack of sleep, not setting my alarms, I actually slept through what was supposed to be our meeting at 10:30, and she messaged me, and we had both said that we'd give each other grace because we're both new moms trying to figure life out. And so she was gracious to me. We went ahead and decided just to meet for lunch, which we did. Wonderful lunch. We talked for hours and just caught up. It was really great, especially, you know, having a friend that's doing life with you, both new moms trying to figure this whole thing out. And so the day, you know, recovered. We were doing good. And so my husband had helped me. I had planned on filming this, putting it in the car, filming it, taking you guys on the ride to the hand-me-down store. Well, he helped me put everything in the car because I was running late because I overslept. Well, then I go to the hand-me-down store, and lo and behold, they're moving. And so because they're moving and they're going to reopen in August, they were not taking donations. And thus the reason that I still have all of these donations in the back of my car. And I thought, well, goodness, here I drove 35 minutes from my house to go donate these items that I now can't donate, and I have to take them back to my house because, yes, I could take them to another place to donate, but then I wouldn't have, like with the hand-me-down stores for kids, you get credit to be able to buy things for your children later on, and it would benefit our family for us to actually do that. And so I'd rather hold on to the items until August, which as a type A person would not be my normal. I would have wanted to get rid of the items Plus, I would have wanted to check off my little mark for getting them out of my car and out of my house. Sticking to the plan, Ashley, sticking to the plan of the July declutter. And so that was a little bit of a bummer. And my son took an early nap in the car, which he doesn't usually do, but it was a long drive there and a long drive back, which put his sleep cycle off. And then we go to the grocery store, and I got stuff for groceries for this weekend, and come home, it was getting ready to storm cats and dogs in our yard. And so I decided, I got to get him in the house. I really, really needed to use the bathroom. And as a mom, with a little one that is just learning to walk, they have to be in the bathroom with you, or you're, doing whatever you can to make it bouncy, whatever you have to do to get by. Well, he was not having it. He had screamed and cried the whole way home from the grocery store. He was ready to be held by mom, and I totally love to oblige that and be there for him. But because my cycle's here, I just was getting more and more overwhelmed with each little thing that ticked throughout the course of the day. And so I got here, he's having a meltdown. I get him out of the car, I'm consoling him. I'm trying to get into the house so that I can use the restroom. Get into the restroom. He will not sit in his bouncy. So I'm sitting on the commode. Okay, so let's try that again from inside the car. My gimbal, as such for today, my gimbal was overheating, and so it wouldn't continue holding the phone. It shut off. So I'm in the car. Hopefully this will stay propped up. So anyway, I'm in the restroom sitting on the commode. He absolutely will not sit in his bouncy, and so I'm holding my son while I'm sitting on the commode. Again, I told you this was vulnerable, so please be gracious. I'm just trying to be a light to other moms out there who have had an overwhelming day, or who tomorrow might have an overwhelming day, and this video might bless you. And I'm already overwhelmed with my hormones and just the things from all of the day. And in that moment, typically, I would probably be ill if it had been anybody other than my son, probably. And I just looked at his sweet little face and how upset he was and just wanting to be consoled. And I just sat there and held him, and I rocked him while I was on the commode. And I thought, wow, this is mom life. This is mom life. This is not what people talk about. This is not the day, you get everybody's highlight reels, and you see their beautiful outfits that match, and how amazing their families look together, and that the kids are well behaved, and everything is just amazing. And it is all of that, but it is also the tantrums and the meltdowns, and trying to, he's little, and he's trying to figure this life out, and he's trying to figure emotions out, and sometimes he just needs mommy, and it might not be at the most convenient time. Well, so I nurse him. We end up being able to finally get out of the restroom. I loved on him. We proceeded to bring the groceries in while I'm trying to dodge the storm coming in. I'm putting up the groceries, and he just spits up all in the floor because he's 10 months old, and he is getting his little Mr. Independent, and he doesn't like to be burped all of the time. Now he wants down and to go on with his day. And so he spits up in the floor and proceeds to begin playing in it, in my floor, just smearing it all over the place, all over himself. And so I feel myself starting to get overwhelmed again, because I need to put groceries up before everything goes bad. I need to now clean him, and I need to cook dinner. And so I was able to get that cleaned up, get him cleaned up, reset everything, put the groceries up, and I started to calm back down a little bit. Then he started pitching tantrums. He wanted to be held again. So, you're trying to hold him, trying to cook. My dogs are old. I'm letting them in and out of the house the whole time that this is going on. He's acting like he wants to take a nap. I try to lay him down twice through the course of me trying to prepare our food, and he absolutely is refusing to take a nap. Even though I know as his mother that that's really what he's wanting and what he really needs. And so trying to cook dinner, trying to prep everything while he's, having tantrums at my feet, and I'm trying to calm him down. And the whole time, my ride home, and as I'm getting all of this done, I keep thinking of the word grace. And I meant to bring it in the car and I forgot it, but I have this little Grace plaque that I absolutely love dearly. And I had got it at Hobby Lobby. It was on a, I don't know, post on Facebook that somebody had shared like probably 2 years ago or something, where they had bought a Grace plaque, and it's just a white plaque that's about that big. And it says Grace, but it had fell and broke, and they wanted to buy it, and the store was going to give them a discount. I'm sorry for the glare on my phone. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. That at least looks better. They wanted to give them a discount because it was broken, and they were like, no, I want to buy it the way that it is because, you know, I have been given grace. God has gave me grace in my life, and I think this is a beautiful representation of grace. And I'll try to put it on the thumbnail maybe to show you the plaque, because I think it's absolutely beautiful. When it come out, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby and see if I can find that same plaque, because I love it. And even if it was not broke, I was going to break it to be able to have it, and it be the same, you know, for the same meaning, that even though I'm broken, that God gave me grace and accepted me and is rebuilding my life and making it beautiful, because I accepted him. And I went to Hobby Lobby, and they did have it, and it was broken, and I thought that was absolutely cool. So anyway, I kept hearing the word grace in my head. I just kept thinking it over and over. Ashley, give yourself grace. Give your son grace, because he's just a little fella and he's trying to figure it out. You've got to give yourself grace because you're a new mom. You're trying to figure this out. And though you may be a type A person and you may like to check off your list, and you may have used to got up early at 6:30 in the morning and got laundry and dishes and all of this done before you had a son, that's not necessarily going to be reality every morning now that you're a mom, and he may need you, and that's okay. And you may not get anything that you set out to do done today. The only thing that I got done today was lunch with my friend, which was a blessing, and I got the groceries done, and that was by the skin of my teeth, because he was really not happy while we were in there either. And so I thought, you know, I didn't get to read my Bible today, and I normally don't share stuff like this on my channel, but it was just profound to me. And if I can be a blessing and a light to another mom, even if this is years from now, like I want to do that. I want to help people. And so I usually read a Proverbs a day, and I usually do it Proverbs for the day of the week, you know, like of the month, I guess. And so today would have been Proverbs 11, and like I told you, I was thinking about grace the whole way home. And in Proverbs 11, Proverbs 11, verse 16, it says, a gracious woman, and again, grace was the word that had been on my mind, gains respect. A gracious woman gains respect, but a ruthless man gains only wealth. Your kindness, verse 17, your kindness will reward you, but your cruelty will destroy you. And Proverbs are like glimpses of wisdom from kings, you know, back in the day. And so they may not be like topic for topic as you're going through. And a little bit further down in Proverbs, it said, the generous will prosper, and those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. And I just found that so profound. One, because grace was on my mind the whole entire time that this day felt like it was falling apart. I wasn't getting to make my video. I didn't get to take my things down to the hand-me-down store for my son. I'm having to bring all of these items back to my house that I just said was leaving my house in all of my videos. The sense of relief and excitement had like just fell, because I'm having to bring them back. My son was having meltdowns, and I felt terrible. My back is killing me. I'm hormonal and overwhelmed, and I thought I could just make the video when my husband gets home, but I can't. I physically just can't do it, and mentally I just need a break. And so I'm in my car. My husband has my son, and I'm getting just a little bit of a reprieve. I'm so thankful for my husband. I have a wonderful husband. But I just found it so amazing that the verse that was there today when I was reading on the day that I would have typically been reading in the morning. A gracious woman remains a gracious woman gains respect, but ruthless men gain only wealth. Your kindness will reward you, but your cruelty will destroy you. And then further down, the generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. And I thought, you know, if we are gracious to ourselves, gracious to our family, our son, our children, if you have daughters, we're going to gain their respect. And we're going to gain their respect. And kindness will reward you, but cruelty will destroy you. So, you know, being gracious to our family, being kind to our family is going to end up being a reward to us. The generous will prosper, and those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Refreshing others doesn't just mean like giving freely of like possessions and stuff, but it can be our time and our energy and things that we don't necessarily have. Like, I didn't feel like I had the energy today. I didn't feel like I had the generosity. A lot of the times, because I was low on sleep, I was again hormonal, I didn't feel good, my back was hurting. But when I looked at his little face and I thought, he doesn't understand, he's trying to figure this world out, he feels overwhelmed, and he just needs his mommy. And I thought I could push forward and try to do a video and let him bounce beside me, and I didn't. I just took the time to hold my son and to love him and to play on the floor with him and to read books to him. And so there's no declutter video today. And some might say, oh, Ashley, you failed your challenge. But I think actually I would have say that I rose to the challenge today. Instead of giving in and becoming angry and being the old Ashley that I would have been, I chose to be patient and kind and loving to my son and to my husband. And my checklist didn't get checked off today. But mamas, your checklist doesn't have to get checked off every day. And coming from a type A person, I just wanted to get that message out today. Be gracious to yourselves. This mom thing is overwhelming at times, but it's also the greatest blessing and the best thing that I have ever done, aside from choosing Jesus and marrying my husband. And so I know that's a different video from anything that I typically share on my channel, but I just really wanted to be real with you guys today. I didn't want to go forward with something that I didn't feel like mentally, emotionally, and physically that I could really do today, or put on that today had just been a great day, which it has been a great day, but it has still had tough times and letdowns, and it's been very emotional. And I just wanted to say, be gracious to yourself, be gracious to your kids, be gracious to your husband. And remember to, refresh them. Be kind and be loving to yourself as well, mama. And that being said, if you haven't heard it today, you are valued, you are special, you are somebody. And I'm really glad that you're here. I'll see you again tomorrow, and we'll try this challenge again for day 12. Bye, friends.